Manchester United, a name synonymous with glory and dominance in England. But behind the iconic red jersey lies a story of decline, turmoil and deceit. How did one of the greatest football clubs in history find itself in such disarray? Let's unravel the tale. It all began in 2005, when the less-known figure acquired Manchester United through a controversial leveraged buyout. The name, the Glazers. But the scheme to take over Manchester United actually began 2 years prior to the majority shareholder, when Malcolm Glazer started buying shares at United in 2003, acquiring 57% shares by 2005, surpassing the 30% threshold that required him to make a formal takeover bid. Manchester United fans got worried and started connecting the dots, leading to protests. But the question is, how did the Glazers pull? The Glazers used a sinister approach in which all billionaires use to acquire wealth. They took loans in which the funds were acquired against the club's assets, which meant that Manchester United was in £700 million of debt, casting a long shadow over the club's operations. Over the years, the Glazers restructured the club's financial format. They issued bonds and refinanced the loans to manage debts. By 2010, the club carried over £500 million of bond issue. Within those years, Glazers were taking significant dividends while the club was placed in a heavy debt burden. Whilst the club was under the management of Sir Alex Ferguson, despite the financial turmoil, the club was still successful, winning league titles and a Champions League. But by 2013, Sir Alex Ferguson retired after winning the Premier League, making the end of Sir Alex Ferguson's reign as Manchester United's manager, leaving behind a legacy that seemed impossible to replicate. His departure marked the beginning of an era of instability, leading to the club's disarray exposed. Since Ferguson's retirement, Manchester United has cycled through managers, each struggling to restore the club's former glory. David Moyes, Louis van Gaal, Jose Mourinho, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Erik ten Hag all faced the same challenges: a lack of cohesive strategy, questionable recruitment, and the ever-present weight of the Glazers' ownership. The debt crisis only deepened, and now, Manchester United's debt stands at over £500 million. The financial strain affected everything, from player acquisitions to infrastructure improvements. Fans grew increasingly frustrated, demanding change, but the Glazers remained unmoved. In 2021, a glimmer of hope arrived in the form of Cristiano Ronaldo's return. Ronaldo was initially destined to go to United's local rivals Manchester City, according to sources, but the deal was hijacked by United on the final day. And finally, the prodigal son was back, and expectations soared. The return of CR7 meant United made revenue through shirt sales and other merchandise. The Glazers brought back Ronaldo because they understood the brand that is CR7. It was never about football and the overall performance of the club. But the reunion was short-lived. Ronaldo's ambition clashed with club's hierarchy, after which the Portuguese had an interview with Piers Morgan, in which he exposed everything, including Ten Hag's poor style of management. Leading to a public fallout, the tension culminated in Ronaldo's departure, leaving fans disillusioned once again. In December 2023, Ineos acquired 25% shares at United, restoring some hope for the fans who were tired of the Glazers. Erik ten Hag, hailed as the man to rebuild United, faced insurmountable challenges. Despite initial success, including domestic cup victories, his tenure unraveled amidst poor performances and internal discord. In October 2024, Ten Hag was sacked, marking yet another chapter in United's managerial merry-go-round. Manchester United's downfall is a cautionary tale, a club weighed down by debt, mismanagement, and unrelenting pressure to succeed. Yet, the passion of its fans remains unwavering. The question is, can Manchester United rise again, or will it remain a shadow of its former self? The Red Devils' future is dark. That's it for today, guys. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button. See you in our next one.